Welcome to Escape from the Dreamlands Episode 5. I'm Jordan, she, her.
I'm Ben, he, him.
I'm Chris, she, her.
And I'm Selena, they, them.
And let's go ahead and recap what has happened thus far.
King's Log, we're still in its third day. We are below the mountain, exploring the Crystal Grotto. We battled some spicy crystal monsters, met Kasara, a glitter miner, and battled even spicier crystal monsters shaped like animals. At the top of the episode, we have just defeated these beasties and plan to go back to talk to Kasara to extort information for money. Take it away, Ben.
Yeah, you guys had found this nice trove that also had some gemlings that you handled. And you are now heading back the way you came. There appears to be no other exit.
Your Majesty, you are planning on paying Kaylin overtime for this new scribing and transcribing duty she's taken on, yes?
Yes, but continuing with the mud currency of IOUs. The mud credit, if you will.
You guys had found this cavern filled with lots of goodies, including some goodies that tried to kill you. But after handling that, you have decided to head back the way you came, because as far as you can tell, there is not another exit. So you start to travel through this narrow corridor that you went in through. And can I get an investigation check from our investigator with her compass?
That is gonna be a 13.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys walk through this narrow corridor. Again, back exactly the way you came. However, when this corridor opens up back into a larger cavern, you see something there, which was not there before, which in this case is quite a large lake. It has this crystal clear water, and it appears to be significantly deeper than it is wide. Maybe only 30 feet across, but at least 50 feet deep. And as you look through this water, you can see a few things swimming down. And despite having never seen one of these before in your life, you are like, oh, these are sharks. I know that for some reason. And the sharks are swimming around the bottom of this lake, which also has a treasure chest. And I'm going to put you guys onto a map.
This is a great map.
It's true.
You've outdone yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is what you see. 3 sharks. Treasure chest.
That is a trap. That is the trappiest trap that ever trapped.
How many feetsies away?
None. Shark have no feet.
Yes. No feet.
It's like 60 feet deep.
Okay.
So the sharks are around the bottom at like 60 feet away from you.
A glowing golden bombardier beetle crawls out of Dee's sleeve onto her hand. I mean, they don't have feet. And I'm going to take some Eldritch Blast pot shots at these.
Alright, so the plan is to, from a safe distance, Eldritch Blast sharks.
More like a Baja Blast.
Okay, so...
Wow.
So,
This
so
is going really well.
The funniest episode yet.
The sharks have no recourse, so you spend about 5 minutes just blasting sharks till they die.
Shark fin soup, sashimi, shooting fish in a barrel for me.
As each one dies, it drops a fragment, which none of them are glowing for you, but 3 more fragments.
I would have felt guilty if one of them were. It's just like, ah, yes, these rewards for facing danger and stuff, and my warlock ass just being like, pew, 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 pew.
Use what you've got, right?
Yeah.
You've got the skill set to handle it, you handled it.
I look at my bird. Hey.
Your bird looks at you.
Kaylin.
Yeah.
You can swim.
Mm-hmm.
You have a swim speed.
Weird thing to say. Sure.
Would you mind helping? grabbing the treasure
Are
chest.
you gonna pay her extra?
Are you going to pay me
Because
in the first place
of
so
the-
I can? I'm a middle manager.
Kaylin does a few stretches, and then she leaps with a perfect dive into the water. She swims down to this treasure chest, which is slightly larger than she is, and hefts it up, and then swims at an excruciatingly slow pace back up to the surface because it's very heavy for her. Eventually, she is pushing it up to the top and has it so that the treasure chest is just like sort of at the surface while she's trying to pass it off to one of you.
It took so long that I started chiseling into the side of the wall, like all hail the Mud King.
Noted.
Yeah, Your Majesty, if you would be so kind to help your much weaker subjects get a very heavy object out of the water.
In the water? I'm not going in there.
I don't want you to go in the water. I want you to help it get something out of the water.
That's now shark soup.
Yeah, well, yes, I will make the soup later.
All I gotta do is put a hand in it?
More like 2 arms, but yes.
Alright, but it's gonna cost you.
You're my boss.
Apparently, Ursa hates water.
Fair enough.
You will never get them to bathe, I guess now.
Unless it's a
Noted.
mud bath.
Yeah, you're able to reach into the water and take this large treasure chest from Kaylin and drop it down onto the surface. Kaylin climbs up out of the water, shakes off, and then in a puff of brimstone turns into a bird.
Is the chest locked or anything like that?
It appears to have a padlock on it, which is keeping it shut.
Anybody good at opening these?
I can hit it.
I can try.
I'm just gonna take my greatest hammer
Oh, boy.
and just hit
Yep.
the side of it. Just
Go ahead and make me an
hit the
attack
lock.
roll.
Yeah.
No need for damage here. This is just whether you potentially...
Fuck me, it's a 10.
Okay, a 10. Yeah, you hit it in the middle, basically. You aim for the lock, but you just get it right in. You crack through it, so, a job half done. And when you pull the hammer up, you see that it is dripping with a, translucent, pinkish red liquid.
Did you kill something? Or
No,
somebody?
I think she. I think our dear king broke what was ever in the chest.
If you look into the chest, you see a few things, not all of which are broken. You see one broken flask with what looks to be healing potion spilled out over the bottom of the chest and dripping from the hammer.
Could have saved somebody's life.
There is a pouch with 105 gold. You guys all have adventurer vision, which just allows you to look at a stack of coins and know exactly how much money there is there.
Do you want me to continue being the group financier?
Treasurer? Yeah.
You see a lantern. It appears to be a hooded lantern, but the ironwork of it is made of a material so black that it just looks like a void. And the last thing that's in there, which is probably the reason why it was a medium-sized chest, is a large, koa wood looking weapon that has shark teeth, leather wrapped up both sides and to the top. And for the purposes of what this weapon is, it is a great sword, stat-wise.
I'm gonna pick up that sword and give it a little kiss. This is wow. I'm just gonna.
when you- I mean-
I have a moment with it. I'm like,
I mean, the kiss is magical. In that when you kiss it, it feels like it might be magical.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
I have this sword.
For stat-wise, it's a great sword, because that's how D&D is with their weapons. If you want to use a katana, it's a longsword. There's not a katana stat block.
Well, if y'all don't, if you guys aren't gonna use it, I wouldn't mind.
D points to her old lady noodle arms.
Look at them old lady noodle arms. You couldn't even hold a sword if you tried.
Now that's rude.
All right, so we got something that could have been a healing potion. We don't know. Pouch
I tasted
with money.
it. It's a healing potion.
Hooded lantern, with this made out of this void-like black substance, and we got this cool shark blade.
I double check on the bottom to make sure the lantern does not say property of Amish Kapoor.
It does not. In fact, it has no script on it whatsoever.
Does
All
this feel magical to me, or is it just weird as hell?
The lantern feels magical. You have no idea what it does, but you think it's a magic item.
I will keep it on my person.
Alright, and we're gonna go back to the overworld map where you guys have progressed to there. And I believe you guys met Kasara here,
Yes.
which is, I think, where you're headed next. So go ahead and give me another investigation check. That last little walk took around 2 hours.
That is gonna be another 13.
Alright, another 2 hours of walking later, you indeed find this group of miners, though they appear to be taking a little break when you find them. Though you do see Kasara there.
Your Majesty, remind me. We were going to sell the location of all of mining things, correct?
You wanted to extort these people with your information.
Yes.
And ask them to pay you for it.
Yes.
That's,
You're a
I
king.
believe
Don't
that
get
was
moralistic on me.
what you were.
Ooh.
Kasara?
She looks over. Oh, did you get lost?
Yes and no. But we did have a quick question. If we were to sell you information on a rather motherlode style vein of ore and gems, what exactly would be the finder's fee on that?
She looks at you, and she says, well, I certainly wouldn't pay for information up front.
That is fine. In fact, we could bring some of your whoever you have that's in charge of doing this stuff with us right now if you want.
How far away is it?
All in all, I'd say about a 3 hour.
She says, tell you what, you are a group of people that I can quite easily remember. Give me directions to it, we'll dig it out, we'll keep inventory of what we find there, and we'll pay you 30% of whatever we sell from that location.
I just want to do a quick insight on her.
Yep.
That's gonna be a 15.
And she's gonna do a quick insight on you. I don't think you're trying to be deceptive here, so you don't have to roll anything to oppose it. Okay. She looks at you and says, if you want, you can talk to Battlebraid. He can vouch for me and my reliable accounting.
All right then.
D stretches out a hand.
She will shake your hand.
I give her directions.
There is a little tunnel, fairly well hidden if you are not looking for it, just how with the light falls. Go this way, avoid the narrow but very deep lake. And...
She stops you. She says, "You're new here. Instructions like that aren't going to work.
Got it.
Just let me know uphill, downhill."
2 skill checks south.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, you're able to give directions in these ways. You know that something that would have been an incredibly important, like, hey, when you pass the Shark Lake, go that way, wasn't there the first time that you went. So there's a chance that sort of points of interest aren't necessarily going to stick around.
Actually, quick question on that. With things not working like that here, is the spot we're selling you even going to be there?
It might not, in which case I won't cut you in on any of the findings there, because it won't be there.
Well,
if it is there, then I'll cut you in.
Well, that
Sure.
seems like a nuisance to people whose whole thing is exploring these here caverns and.
Yes and no. The cavern isn't huge, so the fact that it is reliably changing means that we don't run out of things to mine.
That makes sense.
Just kind of a roll of a gacha.
A little bit. It's gotten much better since Battlebraid took over.
What has Battlebraid been doing for y'all that makes
Who
it
is
better?
Battlebraid? What is Battlebraid?
Battlebraid is the foreman of the Glitter Mining Company. Given that Glitter is a mining town, he essentially is the de facto mayor. He took over about a year and a half ago, and has essentially completely overhauled everything about how the company runs.
Is that a good thing?
Oh, yeah. It's an incredibly good thing. The previous foreman, I mean, things are definitely more efficient now. Essentially, Vatgal Battlebraid, there were a number of changes he wanted to see in how the mine was run. He organized a labor strike, and eventually the previous owner threw up his hands, said, "You think you can do this so much better than me, take it," and has not been seen or heard from again. Walked out of Glitter, no trace of him since.
I mean, I would disappear too if I vomited my hands up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. I see nothing wrong with what you just said.
So, yes, I would say good thing that Battlebraid is in charge. Things are a lot better now.
He still has his hands.
He does still have his hands. Partially in part due to the improved worker safety regulations.
He sounds great for union representation.
Yeah, no scabs.
Question.
Yeah.
Is he in contact with some sort of royal servant union?
He
Because
is in contact
honestly-
with the city.
Because honestly, if Kaylin, Lorelai, and I could get a little bit of a union representation, I mean, not to dunk on your Majesty, King Ursa, King of the Mud People. It's just, collective bargaining is always a net positive for the worker.
If you want to talk to him about collective bargaining, I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about it. As far as I know, he's in contact with the city, which is Glitter's primary trading partner.
I'm not an unfair and unjust ruler. We work as a team. This is basically a democracy, but you just gotta call me king. That's really the only difference here.
Are you worried that
I think I'm a very fair leader.
Are you worried that if we get union representation, we won't be able to have one-on-one conversations like this anymore?
Yeah, it's just kind of like everything will have to change, and we're just gonna have to be like, a kingdom, instead of just like a group of goofy guys.
A narco-monarchist's back at it again.
Anyway, let's go. Bye.
Alright, which way do you guys want to go? You've got 2 routes out of here.
Following the water.
Alright.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
plan.
Alright, cool. If you guys want to continue in the most downhill direction, then you will be heading to the northwest. So go ahead and give me another one of those good old navigation checks.
That would be a 18.
Wasn't Lorelai leading us?
Well, that was when we were trying to survive. This is when we are being insightful.
That's right.
Yeah, we're
And while I
investigating.
can somehow survive, not very insightful.
And can you give me a d6, please?
6.
Alright, you guys spend another hour. Oh, and sorry, Kasara would have told you that she estimates that she'll be back from this expedition in 3 days. You guys walk for another hour. And as you are walking, you see a person up ahead. I've just given you a handout called Armored Woman. You see a woman sitting on a rock. She has a mace sitting next to her, as well as a shield, and she currently has one of her gauntlets off that she's oiling currently. And she is wearing this helmet with this chainmail under it that's completely obscuring her face.
Hello!
She looks over to the group of you, straps on her shield, and picks up her mace, though is not brandishing it. She is just holding it. She looks at the group of you and says, "Hello, can I help you in any way?"
We're just wandering around these parts on our way to Glitter.
"Oh, well, you are very close. I'd estimate no more than 2 hours travel from here."
Keep following the river.
Yes.
What's your deal? Do you want to talk, or would you really just rather, get back to doing whatever it was you were doing?
I guess it depends on. She pauses and says, "Did you all appear?"
We now introduce you to King Ursa, King of the Mud People.
I am the king of the mud people, I think.
Oh, I was not aware that we had a king. I am Renee. It's good to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you, Renee.
So you're also a mud person.
Yes.
How's Tyr doing? Don't we have Tyr with us?
Yeah, Tyr's with you. She's she's not much of a talker.
Okay.
And speaking of Tyr, Renee is another sidekick.
Ooh.
She is of the martial variety, so if you would rather have more frontline than more healing, then you can bench Tyr and put in Renee. She says, "Unfortunately, the group I emerged with fell in battle. Well, all but me and one other, and he decided to settle down in Glitter and not die. However, I intend to forge on, so if you're looking to work together, I'd be willing."
Well, Renee, that sounds amazing. I will say, real fast, can you, of course, if we work together in the future, this might be useful. I pull open our bag of, at this point, 12 marbles.
Awesome.
Any of them glowing for you?
Let me roll. No. She says, "No, I have seen one, but That's all.
Yes. Well, I think at the moment you're welcome to come with us, but don't feel obligated to draw your sword in battle unless you believe in us. But,
Well, why don't the three of us who emerged together have like a little quick side conversation?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, 1 second.
I get the feeling we can only take one of these people with us.
So just to be totally clear, can still travel with you. It's just she won't be slotted in for combat.
Got it.
Okay, so we could have just a roving horde.
posse.
You can have a roving horde, but
It's like
but,
you choose your mission partner.
Yeah, it's a little gamey, but I think it's the best way to handle a sidekick system.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be nice to have someone here who could arm wrestle with me.
Yeah, I don't see what's to stop us from having more people. I mean, won't we learn more secrets if there's more of us?
Yeah.
That's true. Also, I mean, if we are, in fact, to re-sit you on the throne, you do need people around you.
I do need an army so I can challenge whoever stole my throne and put me in the mud.
Exactly.
I just get so angry about it.
There, Your Majesty.
That's just like I just kind of want revenge, but no, I can't. I'm better than that.
Are you?
I don't know. I literally do not know. Anyway, let's go. Come on, Renee.
Sure. Yes, let's go. I can. She points the way that you were already gonna head. It's glitter is just that way.
Yeah.
Let's motor.
All right, roll another investigation check.
Yeah. 8.
An 8. This leg of the journey is much slower.
Does the fact that she's showing us where to go give me advantage?
No, 'cause she's not proficient in investigation. Part of why she was sticking so close to glitter. Yeah, you spend. It isn't so bad a result that you make no progress.
Okay.
However, 3 hours do pass. And about 2 hours into that travel, you guys hear a bell toll twice.
What was that supposed to mean again? I seem to recall hearing a bell toll twice was like a bad news bears situation. Renee?
Yes?
Is the bell a bad thing?
No, it's timekeeping.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just a ding ding.
We'd heard it before, but we didn't
Oh.
know what it was.
It's probably 2 in the morning.
No, it's 8 in the afternoon, 8 p.m. It chimes once at 8 in the morning and twice 8 at night, when we receive the time from the city.
Got it. Okay. So we've been up and walking for a while. We've been walking for like 15 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you guys are definitely feeling tired. You are 1 hour past when you could have started a long rest at this point.
And I am still hurt significantly.
I would like a nap.
You guys eventually get to this stone gate in front of a little corridor, and behind this gate you see a giant mushroom. You quickly realize that it has like a light on and a door, and that this is some sort of domicile. The wall has a wooden gate, and standing in front of the gate, at attention, looking very serious about his work, is a halfling with a large spear, wearing crest on a tabard. This is the first time you've seen it, so I've added the sigil of glitter. He's got that symbol on his tabard, and yeah, he stands at attention, and he sees you guys approach, and just like shuffles his feet a little to turn towards you, without making too many other motions. Hello there!
Hello.
What's your business here?
Well, we are the escort of King Ursa, king of the Mud People. And we are here traveling, seeking passage through the caves and eventually to the city.
That's it, yeah.
Well, the city, he gestures the way that you were going, and then the way that you had just come from. The city is either of those directions.
Yeah, we kind of got that. We're trying to go the long route, though.
Then the long route, I mean, there's several long routes, but all of them would have you go that way. He says, gesturing the way you've continued going. Yeah, the way that you are continuing.
Right, and so we're also trying to, take a pit stop in Glitter.
Oh.
Shepard and some other people have highly recommended it. Great reviews.
Oh, it's a lovely city. It's great.
All right, well, what do you do?
Are you a mud person?
Nope, not a mud person. I am the guard of Glitter. This is the gate of Glitter, and I am here guarding it.
Are you the guard of Glitter, or are you the guard of the gate of Glitter?
It's sort of the same thing, isn't it?
So there's glittery things?
There's a shop called All That Glitters in there,
Ooh.
which is a good place to go if you're looking to buy stuff. But yeah, I would say I both guard the gate of Glitter and Glitter because it's the same thing described differently.
Well, that's exciting. May we enter here now?
Are any of you? He looks at the five of you that are there right now. Are any of you monsters?
Nope.
What do you define as a monster?
Really suspicious that you didn't just outright say no, like was it King Ursa?
Yes, King Ursa.
I do have horns. I just want to. No.
Yeah, there are tieflings here. We're not.
Okay, just wanted to check.
I have teeth that are sharp, but I am not a tiefling.
That's fine. I'm short.
Okay. I see where you're coming from.
We're all different here.
Yeah.
So, no, in that case, I don't think I'm a monster.
Alright, well, as long as none of you are monsters, you can head on in. Sort of my main job is let people in, keep monsters out.
And I got stinky feet. If we're all just disclosing our worst traits. Or our scariest traits, I should say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like my teeth. They're just,
Yeah. It's great. I mean, yeah,
I really like that you, the guard of Glitter, and me can be vulnerable like this.
Oh, yeah, that's great. And
Do you have a name?
yeah, I sure do have a name. You want to know my name?
Yeah, you, the guard of Glitter.
My name? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I can tell you my name. No problem. Just go. No, he does have a name. I just need to look up what time it is.
what time
You said
it
it's
is?
8 p.m. It
Yeah,
is
there's
8
different.
PM.
Yeah, there's different guards at different shifts.
They work in
Oh,
shifts.
I'm sorry.
They have a union here.
Does this
This is
person
a union town.
just like they change their name by the time
No,
of
my
day?
name is Rolf. It is great to meet you.
Is that Rolf with an O?
That is Rolf with an O.
I love that.
ROLF. Rolf.
I love that. Nice to meet you, Rolf. Where do you hang out in Glitter? Just asking.
I don't go
No.
to. I mostly just stay in the guard house. But if I do go to Glitter, I'll usually go to the Bell Tower Inn for some grub. That's mostly it. I might go to the Glitter Company Forge if I need my spear fixed up. Basically, just those two places for me. I'm a simple folk. Yeah. So feel free, enjoy your stay.
Thank you, Rolf.
Happy to have you.
Wow, stop it.
He will grab a crank and turn it to open up these gates, let you guys through, and then turn it again to close the gates.
Nothing happens when Kaylin and I walk through, does it?
You walk through and are now in a different place than you were before.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't going to be a...
Like a
magical
monster
thing?
alarm?
Wah, wah, wah. Her bird's a demon.
That's Rolf's job.
Is it just me, or was Rolf like really into me back then? Just me? Alright, thanks for keeping me humble.
You didn't. I mean, not everyone's into stinky feet, you know.
I just wanted to be vulnerable, because everyone else was talking about that.
Or people that don't like to bathe.
Hey, I don't mind bathing, it's just like being submerged in the water.
We're in mud. Like, it feels redundant. I don't know whose side I'm on anymore.
You guys walk through a little narrow corridor just beyond the gate, which after just a minute or so opens up into a truly massive cavern. In this cavern, you see the town of Glitter. There are a few buildings built on the ground itself, such as a large stone church-looking building with a bell tower. You see a wooden longhouse style building with a quite impressive forge next to it. But the rest of the buildings are built up on these stalagmites that are just massive, rising up, and there are these spiral staircases looping around them with platforms built against the side of the stone with buildings on top of them. And a little bit like when you saw Shepard's cabin, it doesn't necessarily look like these structures are up to code or sound, but they're there. They haven't fallen yet.
Wow, this is really something. Which sounded, a little, sarcastic, but I meant that.
It's a union town? It's probably fine.
Yeah, the whole place, the glowing crystals that you've seen throughout are a little bit more dense here in Glitter, so it's all dimly lit, but sort of on the brighter edge of that dim spectrum. The cave walls sparkle, and the whole thing has a fairly cozy vibe to it. Is there anywhere within Glitter that you guys would like to go first?
I want to go to all that glitters.
Yay!
Perfect. All right. You guys look around, maybe ask around, and you very quickly are directed to one of the lower buildings that's up one of these spires. It is a pretty long building with a door directly in the center and a swinging sign over it that says "All That Glitters." When you open it up, open the door, you see that there are clearly two storefronts in here, sort of like a combination.
Pizza Hut, Taco Bell?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly like a combination Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. Behind one counter, you see a Goliath woman standing about 8 feet tall. Behind her are sort of adventurer-looking supplies, rations, rope, sort of your standard adventuring gear. And then behind the other counter is a gnome. He is clearly standing on a stool, given his proportions and how high the counter is. He has a long hat going directly up, and a long beard that drops down behind the counter. It's as far as you guys are concerned now, of indeterminate length. No idea how long his beard is.
Crucially, is it a little red hat?
It is blue and green.
Okay. What's at his counter?
Beard supplies.
He has a bunch of a jeweler's kit type thing on the desk in front of him, and then he has shelves of just scrolls, and there's a glove, there's a scimitar, there's some beads, there's a plate of armor. This is clearly a magic shop, sort of just magical odds and ends.
I'm gonna go up to the gnomish fella.
Okay, you walk over to the gnome. He says, "Pleasure to meet you. How can I help you out?" Welcome to all the ditters.
Nice to meet you as well. What's your name?
My name is Xanfiz Rimpensnip. Pleasure to meet you.
Xanfiz Rimpenstimp. Got it. But not Ren and Stimpy.
Nope, Xanfiz Rimpensnip.
Rimpenstimp.
Xanfiz Rimpensnip. That's
Okay.
correct. Don't wear it out now.
All right. All right, Xanfiz Rimpenstimp.
It's a good joke.
Question.
Yep.
Is identification among the services you offer, and is it
Yep.
a complimentary service, or is it a fee?
I mean, I could compliment the stuff if you'd like, but I'm gonna charge you 25 gold.
Per?
No, just bring in any. I'll do as many as you want for 25 gold.
Okay.
And for 25
Wow.
gold, you'll say something nice?
If you
That's a
want me to, I
bargain.
can have it be complimentary.
I like this.
Well, we have this. I put Stuart Semple's lantern on the counter.
Yep.
And
I got this cool sword
Oh.
thing.
My
and
goodness.
also your short sword.
Lorelai's short
Oh,
sword.
yes. Yeah, the glowing moon thing.
And let's see, what else? One more thing. One second. I'm going over my list of things
Yeah, no
here.
rush.
And we have some pieces of crystals. We were told someone in town would want to buy those for
Oh.
enchanting things.
Well, you could have. There's an enchanter in town named Kepe, and he uses those to enchant items. So you could just sell them to him. But often, the enchantments will be a little bit cheaper if you provide the materials. So if you're looking to get things enchanted, you might want to hang on to them and bring them as materials rather than selling them to Kepe.
That sounds good. And where can we find Kepe's shop?
Kepe's shop is called Lapis Incus, and he'll give you directions to how to get there.
But yes, here is the 3 items, and here is 25 gold.
All right, make me a quick perception check.
That's a 0.
Okay, nothing out of the ordinary. Xanfiz looks at the items.
Does the
And-
much more perceptive ranger who's standing right next to me see anything?
Sure, you can roll 2 if you're there at the counter. Hey, just a perception check.
I am proficient in perception.
Yeah, anyone who is up at the counter talking to
I'll
Xanfiz
do
can make a
it.
Yeah,
perception check.
I'll do
Oh,
one too.
it's just a 13.
It's a 13.
I got a 23.
All right,
Well
Ursa,
then.
nat 20, and it makes sense since from your higher vantage point, you would be the person who can see this most easily.
I'm so tall.
First, Xanfiz is indeed standing on a stool, and second, there is a hole in the floor in front of Xanfiz that his beard is going into. So even able to see Xanfiz, you cannot tell how long his beard is.
You just wanted someone to see that?
How high up are we?
You did not see a beard dropping through the floor of this building, which you would have been able to otherwise see.
Wow.
Did we see any sort of like support columns
Nope.
going up to this area? Okay.
Nope,
He's just got a void where he keeps his beard.
correct. He has an extra dimensional space for his beard while he's at work.
I love that.
See, you say it jokingly, but I know you, and I know this is the kind of stuff that you would actually have.
What do you mean? This is not a joke. This is what Xanfiz Rimpensnip is up to. This is his day to day.
He slaps a portable hole down and
That is correct, as far as you're aware. He will take 25 gold from you,
This
and
is our bank.
he will grab a nice-looking pearl and proceed to burn 3 spell slots of Identify. He is not ritually casting it. He's just cast. What else is he
Interesting.
gonna do with his spell slots, right? He looks at the short sword first, and he goes. You see him like holding the pearl up to a jeweler's lens, which should block his vision, but magic. And he says, "Oh, yep, this right here is just your sort of run-of-the-mill moon-touched short sword. I'm sure you can tell it glows. it's magic, so if you're going to hell, then that would be a good thing to have with you, because it'll overcome all sorts of demonic resistances. So yeah, it's good to have.
Cool.
Then he will look at the lantern, and he'll say, "Oh, this is an interesting specimen. This right here is a lantern of revealing. It's a normal hooded lantern, with the exception that any light that it casts will reveal invisible creatures.
Will it also reveal illusory walls or anything, or no?
If the illusory wall is a mimic who has turned invisible, then yes."
Got it. Yes, magic rules. That's fine. This is actually really great, actually.
And just so you guys are aware, that lantern does not discriminate. So, for the purposes of a party where a few of you turn invisible regularly, this is maybe one to sell. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But if you're walking around with this lantern, things will be able to see Dee and Kaylin while they're invisible.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we don't need that then. Maybe.
Do you do like an item exchange?
I'll buy items.
Well, after you've diagnosed my sword, I would
Yeah.
like to see your other wares.
Sure, mostly here's. Anyway, he takes a look at the sword and says, "Oh, now this is a nice magical sword." And I haven't figured out a way, if anyone who wants from the audience wants to let me know a way to say what a +1 weapon is without an NPC saying, "Oh, this is a +1 sword." So yeah, that is a +1 great sword.
Rad. I already added that to my inventory, but I gotta attune to it?
Nope.
Or no? Cool.
Nope. None of these items require attunement.
Heck yeah.
Well, I guess... What would you give me for the lantern, and is there any items that you find particularly interesting in your own inventory?
Well, I've got a lot of good stuff. Got a bunch of scrolls. I don't know if you care about those. I have a few weapons. I have some items. He gestures to the gloves. He says, if you buy those, you get put on a list that's distributed to all the shopkeepers in Glitter, so just a heads up about those bad boys.
Please say more
Why?
right now.
Those are gloves of thievery. So if you buy them from me, it's just you gotta understand, I have to let all the other shopkeepers know that you've bought those.
That
Why
makes a
did
lot
you
of
make
sense.
them?
I didn't
Why
make
do you
them
have them?
because I bought them from someone.
Why are you selling them?
Because it seems like a really
money.
good item for money, yeah.
Can
what
we
do
still
they
buy
do?
things? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can still buy things. We're just gonna keep a little closer eye on you.
Oh, okay.
But what do they do?
They don't require attunement. So he will take the gloves and put them on, and as he puts them on, the gloves turn invisible. And then he says, and now the gloves will magically aid me in the picking of locks and the doing of larceny.
Ooh.
And then he'll take them off, and you see they become visible again, and he puts them back on the shelf.
So the gloves
Do
go
you
in.
have a set of lockpicks?
Kenna would have those, he says, gesturing over to the Goliath woman.
How good are you at picking locks? I turn and look up at Lorelai.
I mean, I'm good at looking at things. I guess I've never really tried, but maybe I could be okay.
I don't think I would be very good at it.
I think that they might be a little bit out of your price range as well. If I wanted to get into some of the stuff that you
Are
probably...
you saying that we look poor?
Well, I smelled your feet as soon as you came in here, which is usually an indication of not having a whole lot of money for bathhouses.
What
We
is
have been on the
What
road.
is the cost of the... Your Majesty, please. What is the cost of this item?
2,500 gold per glove. They come as a set.
Per glove.
So 5,000 gold, yeah.
5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, what is... You said 2,500. I was like, it's a few hundred off our budget, but... I would like to liquidate some gems. Do you do that as well?
Yeah, I'll buy precious gemstones. Sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't know if we should be selling to this insulting son of a crumberry.
Your Majesty.
I'll have you know, my father was an upstanding crumberry.
Be proud of your feet, Your Majesty.
I'm going for a walk. Ursa walks out of this room.
Okay. You're just going to stew outside.
Let me know if there's anything really cool that I might want to walk back in for.
Yep. He says, I sell healing potions for 50 gold a pop. Most of my non-scroll items are probably going to be a little expensive. They're all 1,000 gold or more.
I have a bag of assorted gems of a indeterminate amount of gems in the bag, all worth between 50 to 100 gold. I also have a bag of gems that's worth about 200 gold, if I could just...
Yeah, he'll buy those after looking them over. He'll buy them for 275 gold total.
Dope.
I've got some half plate that'll help you swim real good. I've got some glasses that'll make you see real good. And then I have my sling.
And how much are you selling how much are you buying the lantern for?
200 gold.
I don't know, being able to spy any sort of invisible creature coming within its light seems to be a pretty valuable enchantment. I'm gonna roll a persuasion check and get a natural 20.
I see that. Well,
So 27.
he'll think. Say, yeah, I suppose that's useful. 250. I'll throw an extra 50 in.
I'll take it. Quick question.
Yeah.
What are you going to sell this for market value?
400.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
You want to buy it?
No, I want to sell it to
Alright.
you.
I'm gonna have to sell for 500 now to make my margins.
Okay.
Gnome's gotta eat.
What would you recommend for a budget of about 700 gold?
Probably. Well, you've been out and about. Do you have fragments?
We have a decent couple.
There's a guy in town named Fabian who runs a store called the Cambatorium. He specifically deals in fragments, so if you're looking to get a little bit of extra money, you could sell them to him.
How much does he typically give per fragment?
He buys them for 10 gold apiece, or you can open an account with him, which has some... I don't know, he has a whole system there. I haven't really looked into it. I don't care about fragments personally, so...
You're not a mud person then?
Nope,
How do you know?
because I didn't come from mud.
Are you sure?
Well, I could have been ensorcelled to believe that I didn't come from mud.
Exactly.
But I have never seen a fragment that glows for me. So, I don't know, if I ever saw one that glowed for me, then I'd be like, oh, I'm a mud person. But I don't remember coming from mud.
I'll pull open the bag. I don't know. Anything glowing for you?
Of course not, I'm not a mud person. But let me tell you, you guys go crazy for those little marbles.
D turns around.
Yep.
D turns around again. How much was the glasses, the goggles that let you see better, or whatever it was?
Oh, just a nice tight 2,500 gold for those bad boys. I sell expensive stuff. You know, come back later if you don't have it now. Adventurers make money rather quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so wait, this is like one of those you gotta have a job to get a job situations that I've been hearing
Nope.
about.
Nope,
No,
this is you gotta
no.
have money to buy products.
But to buy a thing you thieve with.
Oh, well,
Listen, I know there's a lot of things that sometimes I just don't quite get.
Yep.
I get it. I just, but listen, that really doesn't make sense.
I feel like I have a mind to put you on the list just for Anyway.
No, but I'm just saying I think you should give it to us. We'll use it responsibly.
I should give you the gloves of thievery?
Yeah.
A 5,000 gold item for free that you can then use to rob me blind?
Maybe. But
Tell you what.
I'm not going to rob you blind.
I'll think about it.
Okay. That's all I ask.
If you guys are looking to make some extra coin, you might want to head to the Bell Tower Inn. Talk to the barkeep. She'll be able to point you to people who are looking for work. A lot of people come to her with odd jobs.
I like it.
Ursa comes back in. And another thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
My feet. I'm not the one who has to hide part of my anatomy in a void. And then they leave again.
I'm not hiding it. I'm stowing it. I don't. What is her problem?
Ursa can't hear you.
Wait, what is their problem? So, he looks to camera. Well, that happened.
So, do you guys come back outside, or I'm just gonna...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys come back outside and have a little huddle on where you want to go next.
Why don't we go check out the fragments? The fragment shop.
I mean, well, we have. So we could either sell it for 10 gold a pop, or we could keep it.
Not bad.
But at the same time, like 120 gold isn't.
Well, I want to go see
Not
if,
gonna-
like, any fragments are mine.
Oh, but to buy okay, that's I'm interested in that. That's fair.
So, Combatatorium.
You guys head to the combatorium. The combatorium is a different place entirely. You head up one of the taller spires, walking up this long spiral staircase before you get to the top, where there is a pleasant little stonework building. You open the doors, and inside is a very dimly lit room. There is a desk with a man standing behind it. He has very long features. He has some glasses low on his nose, seems to be maybe in his 50s. But what strikes you more is that the walls are floor to ceiling covered in mason jars. Each one has a very neatly number inscribed, a very neatly written number inscribed along the bottom, and most of them have at least a few fragments in them. And D, you see one of those fragments glowing.
So I hear you sell fragments for 10 gold?
No, I buy fragments for 10 gold.
I see. And how much do you sell them for?
I sell fragments for 100 gold.
Highway thievery. Can we trade you fragment for fragment? None of these trigger for me, but just so I can tell our friends. Fragment for fragment.
Between you and me, I assume any fragment I'm selling is because that person is attuned to it, because otherwise they would have no purpose in buying a fragment. If you would really like to trade a fragment for fragment, I'm happy to pick a random fragment from my inventory and trade it to you for yours.
Interesting. So you are profiting off of the emotions of people desperate to remember who they are.
Sure, I am providing a service.
I pull out a fragment. Sure, let's trade.
Alright, cool. He will pull one out from his desk drawer and hand it to you.
Thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Yeah.
By pure chance, obviously not for me, but does it glow for one of the other two?
No. You can make an insight check if you'd like.
I would like to make an insight check. Fuck me.
No, it doesn't glow for any of you.
Is it real?
It seems real, yeah. It looks like you can't identify any difference between that one and the others you have. He looks to Ursa and says, I understand that some might find my business unsavory. However, what I have done is I've created an environment where people who are seeking these can go find them safely here, rather than having to go out on dangerous adventures to seek them. And the people who do go out on dangerous adventures to seek them can either sell them to me or go into business with me to take a higher cut of the sale.
Can I trade you back? I would like my old fragment back, and you can have this one.
Sure.
Thank you.
He'll trade it back. Puts it back in the drawer.
The gnomish gentleman upstairs. He said something about opening an account with you.
If you would prefer to not sell it to me, you could open an account, in which case I would deposit all of the fragments that you sell me into a jar with an account number that I would assign to you. I would buy those up front for 5 gold. However, when they sell, I will keep 45 gold of the sales price in your account to give to you when you return.
So you're saying that...
If you open an account with me, we share the sale price 50-50.
Assuming that anyone ever comes to cash these in.
Correct. Yes. I have to stay in business.
I think I'm fine on the opening account front. But I would like to make a purchase.
Sure. Hey. I assume you point to the one that's going for you.
Yes.
He puts on a pair of gloves, walks over, grabs the jar, opens it up, like makes sure he knows which one you're pointing to, pours it into his hand, confirms again it's the one that you want before wrapping it up and closing the mason jar and putting it back in its spot.
I dish out the 100 gold.
We're all okay with this, right?
Sure, yeah. I would pay it for my own marbles. So,
Yep.
Mr. Fabian, what? So you talk to a lot of, mud people and people who are out there, collecting these fragments. Like, do you have any further insights into kind of how this came to be or anything such as that?
I mean, you're a mud person too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a mud person.
Because we're a few days old, as other people tell us. Although I feel like I'm like in my 30s.
Yes, I certainly feel significantly older than 9 months.
9 months and you've built up this business. That is impressive.
Well, things move fast.
You're in your 30s?
Me?
Yes.
I think so.
I lean over to Lorelai.
You're an elf, right? Ursa?
I seem to be an
No,
elf.
not you, Lorelai.
Ursa, you're an elf?
Yeah, approximately, if I was to be a different race that didn't age as much as elves, I would think I was about 30.
Okay, so you're not elf 30.
I'm not
30.
elf
Or rather,
30.
you are elf 30. You're not 30.
I'm not I am basically human 30, but not. I hate this. I
Yeah.
hate doing age conversions. I am the equivalent of a human 35
Yep.
or whatever.
He says, I don't know anything for certain. My belief is that these visions that we get from interacting with fragments are windows into a past life. I don't believe that I was born from the mud, because that proposition sounds insane to me.
Do you believe we're in the afterlife?
No, I don't think we're dead. I don't really know what this place is, but I have a mind for business. I emerged from the mud holding a merchant scale. Seems highly unlikely that I was just created to do business. That seems odd.
What's your scale do?
It weighs things against other things to determine which is heavier.
Well, yes.
That's what it does.
I was just wondering because the thing I came up clutching.
Oh, if
That's
you want to
an
know what the
interesting
power
choice.
on it is,
Yeah.
he gets a bonus to investigation on the value of items.
And I just got bad eyes.
No, but you got a fix for him.
I got a fix for my bad eyes.
That makes your eyes better than they would be
It
otherwise.
does, yeah. A little bit better.
And you got some cool specs to boot.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't wear my glasses this whole episode.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh no, your perception.
My glasses.
How many of these marbles glow for you?
Currently?
Mm-hmm.
Just one.
You haven't touched it?
Not yet. I tend to space them out. It can be a lot to take in sometimes.
How many have you found now that you've been here 9 months and run a marble shop?
4 in total.
Alright.
They are largely unpleasant, which is why I space them out.
And they were all brought to you?
Yes.
I mean, if he's buying them, yeah.
Well, yeah,
of
but it's
course.
it's so strange where they come from and what works for whom, you know?
Well, there was a question I had. Where was my question? Where did my question go? Are the ones in your drawer ones that you found yourself?
No. The ones in my drawer are ones that I believe don't have someone attuned to them.
What makes you say that?
Because he pauses and says, because they were found from mud people.
Mud people who have perished also lose marbles?
If I, as my understanding goes, if I were to die, I would drop 4 of them.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Interesting.
So it could be kind of like, starting a game with a bunch of lives, and then whenever you restart, you appear out of the mud, and you gotta collect all your points again.
I hadn't considered that. I do think they're from a past life. I suppose there's no reason why people couldn't re-emerge from the mud, other than that I haven't seen that happen. Like, I haven't seen the same person again without memory.
You may want to start a false account with all of these marbles you think are useless, because if so...
It wouldn't be a false account. He gestures. He's got a wall of them behind him without account numbers, which are the ones that people have just sold to him that aren't tied to an account.
I see.
I see. Maybe.
Did I give somebody... Did I give a person... did I buy from mine from an account?
Yes, you did.
Neat.
And he notes that down. He shrugs and just he says, I'll consider moving them to a jar. I guess I've made an assumption that someone reborn from the mud would look the same, but I suppose that's not necessarily true.
Oh man, this really does think about existence. I mean, it's basically all I've done because I know such little about existence, but every day I gotta think about it a little harder, and I resent that.
I appreciate your commitment to thinking about things harder, Your Majesty, given you are the king of the mud people, and I appreciate a ruler that thinks.
Yes, it's important for me to learn all this stuff.
Fun fact, the first thing I wrote for this game was about 5 paragraphs titled The Philosophy of the World.
As I think you have to with this game.
Yeah. I've got things I'm trying to get across here. I've got motivation.
Wow. This is such a cool game, Ben.
Thank you. Alright, anything else with Fabian?
No, thanks, Fabian. I will
Oh,
see you around.
is the person who found my fragment, are they local in town?
No. Very rarely are people who go out collecting fragments to sell to me locals anywhere.
Can I get their name? If I run into them, I want to say thanks.
I am not in the habit of handing out account holders' names.
That was a trap, so good on you.
It was not a trap.
I will let them know that you appreciated it.
Yes.
And they will appreciate 45 gold in their pocket.
Okay, well, I am really tired. So perhaps we could go try to get a room at the Bell Tower Inn and then get some odd jobs in the morning.
Yes, please.
Yep.
No odd jobs tonight. Just sleep
I'm
jobs.
also going to swallow this when we grab a room, so...
Okay. Yeah, you guys can head to the Bell Tower Inn. It looks like a large church from the outside, but as soon as you open it, it is very clearly like a tavern and inn. You see people chatting. You see people enjoying meal. There's people at the bar. And then you see some other people. You see a clerical-looking individual who is sitting by the fireplace talking to some people. You see a well-dressed person who's standing, sort of looking around, trying to clearly scouting for something out. And then there is a goblin behind the counter running around, hurriedly serving people drinks. And then, of course, back in a shady corner of the tavern is a man wearing a dark robe with the hood pulled up.
Of course, yeah.
He's got to be there.
Yeah. It's not an inn without that guy.
Yeah, that guy's got to be there.
Tia, Renee, do either of you want drinks?
Renee will inform you that if you buy a room, it comes with drinks.
No.
Get a room, and I'm gonna drink so much. I have not yet had ale, this thing, but I get the feeling that is a rarity.
How many people normally fit to a room here, Renee?
I believe the barkeep, she says, 2 comfortably, 4 uncomfortably.
How comfortable do you want to be?
It's 2 gold. I can be comfortable.
I would like to be comfortable. I would like my own room. I could use some peace and quiet and alone time.
You still have some of your own funds, yes, Your Majesty?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Lorelai, do you want your own room?
I don't really care. I'm kind of fine with whatever.
Okay, you can stay with me then.
Right, and then Tyr and Renee will bunk.
Do we pay for them as well, or?
No, Renee will cover that room.
Got it.
So you guys are spending 4 gold total.
They said the rooms come with drinks. How strong are these drinks?
It's an ale. It's a brown ale. We take grains and we let them go bad.
Can I get a flight? Can I get a flight of ales?
Yeah,
One
that
of each
sounds nice.
flavor.
Yep.
We can fly.
Is it just one flavor?
Yeah.
I think the flavor is
I would
ale.
like 10 of one flavor. For
So
me.
that's a lot. We'll start you with 2. See how you're feeling.
All right. I appreciate you looking out for me and not just trying to take my coin.
I would like 4, thank you.
Okay, I'll start you out with 2. See how you're feeling.
I'm going to go immediately to bed. I have a marble to ingest.
Weird.
You don't gotta eat it, you know.
Well, on that note, I'll just have 1.
Okay, tell you what, I'll give the 2 of you 4, and the 2 of you can figure out what to do with those.
Great.
I've already finished one ale.
Perfect. Good work.
I realize that this is the sweetest of nectars, and I can't believe I ever lived these 3 days without it.
I hand Lorelai hers.
Alright, and you guys head up to your rooms.
I stay down. I have business to attend to.
Alright?
I slam one of mine back, and then I walk upstairs with the other 2.
Alright. What business do you have to attend to, Ursa?
I need to talk to everyone, and see who wants to be friendly.
Cool.
We don't have to RP all of that.
I have the people I called out are definitely people who can be talked to and have interesting things to say.
I sidle up next to one of them.
Okay.
The person with the hood.
Okay. Awesome. Let us handle that after the fragment. So you head up and you just immediately pop that bad boy?
Yeah, I head up. I put the 2 ales to the side. I, kind of get comfortable. I'm going to ask you for something a little bit weird, Kaylin. Could you just, be a very soft rat?
I have to say yes. And
you don't.
It's a rat.
You really don't. You are allowed to say no.
You hear in your mind, listen, I'm a devil. We have a contract.
Okay. Very soft rat.
And I will deal you a card.
And, I take the marble and the cloth, and since I've made so many jokes about eating the marble, just without it touching my hand, I just pop it in my mouth.
Why don't you share with the group what your vision is?
I'm asleep. There's a sudden knocking at my door. I stand. I open it into the dead of night. And on the other side, I see someone who was supposed to have been dead.
And you come back to the world with a soft rat in your lap. Meanwhile, downstairs, you basically just grab a seat and sit down across from this guy.
Yes.
He looks up at you from under his hood, and he nods his head.
Well, howdy, stranger. I'm new in town and kind of the world, and I'm looking to learn a few things. Do you mind hanging out?
If your goal is to learn, then you are exactly who I've been looking for. And I think that's where we're gonna pick it up next time. Let me just tell you, talking to that guy's a rabbit hole. We'd be here for it.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for continuing to watch, because we're at episode 5 now. That means you kind of like us.
Yay.
Bye.
Nice. Bye.
Bye.